reorganizing ourselves. Have the old concepts of us versus them become a reference to a simpler time? Some believe the overall global influence of extremely wealthy individuals in the world is concerning. Yes, that may be true, but more concerning are the increasing international movements across the world that are becoming less limited to international borders or cultural obstacles than those movements in the past. Even with the current international turmoil and overall international trade value decreasing, the overall international trade volume is increasing. And even if a global recession increases, the influence of these wealthy individuals is not likely to diminish in proportion to other overall factors. And more than likely, those movements would potentially increase due to the overall dissatisfaction of the overall world population. And just a side note, if you find this information informative, please consider a like, subscribe, or sign up to my PayPal or Patreon page. Yes, like everyone, I do have my own opinions, but what I find has my underlying reason for concern is the fact that the influence of the extreme on all sides of the political spectrum are increasing overall globally. Before, there was an element of stability that could be found in geographical boundaries and national borders. Worldwide distribution of ideologies no longer has those constraints that once existed in the past. Similar movements and ideologies seem to be increasing across national borders and at times often forming sympathies, coalescing, and even in some instances having loosely connected support of one another across traditional national borders. Even if there is possibly a global economic downturn on the horizon, these coalitions seem to be strengthening. In many countries, on all sides of the different spectrums, and in various nations diametrically opposed, there is outspoken support for the rival ideology or movement found within their population. Yes, like many people, I am concerned about a world war, but what has me more concerned is the possibility of simultaneous revolutions worldwide and what could come of that. My hope is that if there is a transition of power, that it will be a mostly peaceful transition, and the will of the people and the rights of those who disagree will be respected. But I also fear what more than likely could be potentially lost on all sides if it should go to the extreme. Do borders of countries exist more on paper and in the minds of the disillusioned leaders than compared to those times of the past? National boundaries are still prominent. However, they are beginning to have less of an influence when compared to past generations in this informational age. Even with the attempted negative and positive restrictions of the flow of information between general populations. What I mean to say is, the official stance of a government may be solid, but the hold of power within those same governments could be considered more precarious than compared to the past. And what of the chaos attributed to the various information vacuums? Although geographical and national boundaries still do have significant influence, it seems that they are less significant when looking at current situations and comparing them to the situations found in past generations. They no longer have the influence that they once had, in the sense of the big picture of modern social control of the influence over their population. The coalitions of today are not just laid out by politics, cultures, economics, religions, technologies, and the geographical, but are hybrids of all of these and more. I would reference my previous article, Coalitions and Alliances Crossing Over Borders in Our New World. A link is provided at the end of this video. And if you would like to support these newsletters or any of my writings, please consider helping me with a like, subscribe, a donation to my PayPal or Patreon page, or downloading one of my many ebooks and leaving a positive review. And thank you again for your time.